Welcome to everyone, and welcome to our strongman class. Um, my name is your host, Minister Yeshar, and we are the Strongman Club, a club designed to elevate our men to the highest standard that there is in life. It's been a long time. We, especially black men, we've been struggling in the world, trying to gravitate and trying to understand what being a man is. So, and we've lost. We've lost in America. We've lost our essence of being men. So this is why this club is created and aimed at helping our men return to the greater standard that we had even way before slavery. As Israelite men, it's time for us to rise through the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Again, I'm your host, Mr. Yeshua Banloya. Remember to subscribe and like our videos. Today, we'll be talking about things that are most important and things that make a man more valuable than wealth. So before we do that, let's get 1 Kings 2 and 2. I don't know if Brother Shokwat is here and can read for us, or then we're going to pick someone if he's not available. Are you available, brother?
Tom,
Yeah, go ahead.
fine. 1 second. Reading from the book of First Kings, chapter 2, verse 2. I go the way of all the earth, and be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Right. So as David was communing, as David communed with his son Solomon, he said, "I go all the way of the earth." The best way to survive, you have to be a man. That's the best advice he gave to Solomon before he died. For you to survive in this world, you have to be a man. And a man means power. We always say that. A man means wisdom. A man means character and values. So, as men of the Most High and as men in general in this world, we need to we conquer and we discover what it means to be a true man and a great man. So today we'll talk about, as we said, 5 things that make men more valuable than money, right? So we hope, brothers, you share our videos. Actually, let me do that right now as we speak before we go deep. All right, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Let me share. Okay, I just share this. Give me another second. Okay, so let's get to it. So basically, in the world we live in, when they say a man is a high value man, what they mean is a wealthy man. It's a man that have a lot of money, a man that is sought out, a man that whose network worth a lot of money, and his network know him as a man of value, and many other character, a man that can pick out a lot of women. So so this is what it means to be a high value man in the eyes of the world. But as for us that are Israelites, we know better. We know that a true man is not made out of money and wealth. It's not what really make a man a man. Now, wealth is not discouraged in the Bible to have, and I would be lying to you if I say, it's okay to be poor. But life is not the end of the road. Life is not the most important thing in this. Wealth is not the most important thing in this life, right? So, so we have to understand there are things that are more valuable than wealth, and that wealth is just only a tool to better ourselves, right? Um, Brother, can you get me First Timothy 6:10?
Um, one second. Shalom. You said First Timothy 6:10.
Yes, please.
All right. Reading from the book of First Timothy, chapter 6, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
Right. So there's a lot of people, especially in this world we living in. People are chasing that bag, and everything is about that bag. But little they don't know is that the bag is not the ultimate goal in life. And there are things that are really more valuable than life. And today, what women are also chasing is guys with a lot of money. They think this is what make a man a high value man. And men brag about it. Being a high value means, you have to have money. But let me give you some stats before we move forward. They say as of 2024 World Happiness Report that the United States ranks 23rd globally in terms of happiness. So United States is 23rd globally in terms of happiness, making its lowest position since the report inception in 2012. So since 2012, United States happiness have been dipping. Although United States is the richest country in the world, can you believe that it ranks 23rd? In Finland, a country that California has a greater GDP than, is number one. In many other countries in Africa that are poor, like Senegal, many of them are happier places than United States. Many of these countries are doing better by index, even though they're poor. So you see, as scripture says, the love of money is the root of all evil. And some people chase it. And when they chase it, when they're coveted after it, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. A lot of people don't know when you make money the ultimate goal in life, what you're looking for, then you'll pierce yourself with so many sorrows. Now, as we go forward with that lesson, you'll realize what exactly I'm talking about. You'll understand what exactly. Now, I just show you that even though United States have so much money in there, but it's ranked 23rd in terms of happiness. So much money. People, like, they even say the people that make average money, the average guy in the United States making $50,000 a year is like a king in some of these countries that are happier. Like, a lot of you say, oh man, I make $50,000 a year. That's not money. But if you go to a place like Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, which is one of the top happiest countries in the world, right? You'll find out that you are a king in Costa Rica with $50,000 a year. But yet people are still unhappy in this place. But there's a reason for that. Number one is because they're chasing money. They're not really chasing life. You understand? The Most High want us to chase life. In America, people chase money, not life. And when you don't have life in you, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Okay? So we're going to give you 5 things that are better than money. Number 1 is a good name. Get me Ecclesiastes 7 verse 1. I don't know. You hear, Brother Shukwat?
Salat. I'm trying to find it right now. I'm sorry. Salat.
No problem.
Oh, God. You said Ecclesiastes chapter
7 verse 1.
Say it one more time.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 1. Yes.
Okay. Reading from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Right. A good name is better. A good name is better than ointment. It's better. Ointment used to be considered an expensive type of fragrance, meaning a good name is better than wealth. And I'm gonna show you that too. Get me the book of Proverbs, 22 verse 1.
Proverbs. 1 second. Reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and love and favor rather than silver and gold.
Right. So the scripture say good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, in loving favor rather than silver and gold. Now, be mindful, brothers. It's not the Most High saying don't get money, but it's just saying that a good name is better than having silver and gold. But in the United States, nobody's chasing to have a good name. People don't care about their name. Now, I'm going to ask that question. How many of you would like to be P. Diddy's son right now? How many of you would like to be P. Diddy's son? You carry his name. How many of you? Anyone want to volunteer to be P. Diddy's son? Right? You want to carry, how many people would like to carry his last name in his legacy right now? Talk to me, brothers. How many people you think would want to carry P. Diddy's legacy right now? Carry his last name. And how would his children feel when they go to school and be, oh, that's P. Diddy's son? How would you think they feel, although he was a rich man? Talk to me. Anyone?
Not a good name.
It's not a good name. So even though like he's a so-called high-value man, but guess what? His name is dirty. His name is defiled. His name is like a cancer in this society. And nobody trying to carry P. Diddy's name. And I bet even his son's gonna change their names. His daughter's probably gonna change their last name. I don't wanna have anything to do with you. And this is why exactly the Most High say a good name is better than treasures and gold. When he's talking about a good name, he's talking about your last name. It has to mean something to people. Meaning down the line, when people talk about your last name, they got to say, wow, that's a noble last name. But nowadays, nobody's chasing a good name no more. Everybody's forget the good names, those good values, and they're chasing the bag. And this is a serious problem in our society when people rather choose to follow money rather than righteousness. And I'm going to show you, back in those days, Abraham was one of the wealthiest men on the planet, but guess what? He wanted to have a good name. Get me the book of Genesis 24, verse 3 and 4, brother. Let me show you. Abraham was wealthy, but guess what? And we have no problem with you having your money in bag. It's not the point. We don't mind you have money, and the Bible is not against money. But when you have that love of money, when you're in love with money, you do anything for that money. There's some values you'll forget. The book of Genesis 24, verse 3 and 4.
Reading from the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verse 3. And I will make thee swear by the Most High, the power of heaven and the power of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac.
You see that? Back in the day, we never marry our children, daughters or sons, into bad families. And let me get that in Tobit 5:13. The book of Tobit in the Apocrypha, 5 verse 13. You see, we never marry our children, and we didn't care if you had money. Nowadays, if he has money, then all women need him. They don't care how he got the money. They don't care about his name. If they're going to carry a bad legacy, they just want to marry the man because he has the money. You see, value to us back then wasn't money. Money was probably the last thing we thought about when we were mating our children. Get me Tobit 5 verse 13.
Reading from the book of Tobit, chapter 5, verse 13. Then Tobit said, Thou art welcome, brother. Be not now angry with me, because I have inquired to know thy tribe and thy family. For thou art my brother of an honest and good stock. For I know Ananias and Jonathas, sons of great Samias, as we went together to Jerusalem to worship and offered the firstborn in the tents of the fruit. And they were not seduced with the error of our brethren. My brother, thou art of a good stock.
You see, back then that's what matters. He says, you are of a good stock. That's what matters to us. And he said, I inquired into your family, meaning I searched how many women are looking into men's family. How many men are looking into the woman family before they did them? You just want to, you don't know what kind of thing that happened, and guess what your child's going to carry. And when they say, oh, that's the mother of your child, that woman, you know what her father did? You know what her brother did? And they carry an everlasting shameful name because they did something shameful in the past. And that thing may follow your children to the point where they cannot find good women. Because nowadays, I know among the poor community, they say it doesn't matter the kind of person you deal with. But in the rich community, and I hear a lot of them, if you dare and go marry somebody with a jacked up last name, they will literally cut you off from the family line. In the wealthy family, nobody deal with you just going. Just like I heard about a couple of celebrities, their sons become homosexual. They cut them off from their whole family. They literally take them out of their wills and everything. They don't deal with those kind of things. It's only the poor talking about I can marry whoever I feel like, and I can marry whoever. And this is why our society are collapsing. And this is why United States is not a happy place. Because it's been a long time that they abandon the virtues that make a society, like a good name. Right now, when men talking about I'm a high value man, they're talking about, man, he got money, he got network. That's what make him a high value. I don't hear no one talking about he have a good name. And the women also don't care about a good name. They just marry anyone. But you see, what make a man a high value man in our society as Israelite is your name. Number one is your name. Do you have a good reputation? And I can tell you something. I come from a place called Haiti. And in that place, back in those days, even if you had a bag of money, your bank was full of money, if you had a corrupt name, and nobody marrying their daughters to you. They didn't care you had so much money, but if they knew your family did something treacherous in the past, trust me, no one will marry into your family. Absolutely no one. You'd probably go to an area where they don't know you. But wherever they know you, you ain't getting their daughters. You see, so really, back then, it wasn't really about money. It was about your reputation first. It really, as it truly said, your reputation precede you. Right? So that's how it used to be. But nowadays, people don't care about that. So the second thing that make you valuable, it's honesty and integrity. Get me the book of Proverbs 28, verse 6, my brother. You hear, brother Shaquat?
Salak, my phone froze. You said Proverbs 28?
Yes, verse 6.
Read it from the book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 6. What, man? I'm having a hard time. I can't. Chapter 28, verse 6. Better is the poor that walketh in his uprightness than he that is perverse in his ways, though he be rich.
Right. So the scripture says better to be poor, but you're a morally correct brother instead of being a morally bankrupt person. Some people are morally bankrupt. They have zero morals. So you see, according to scripture, it doesn't matter. It's better you stay poor than you're a rich man and you got zero morals. And this is what's happening in these last days. Look at P. Diddy. And all these men, women would open their legs so fast to these men. The next thing you heard what he was doing. You heard about R. Kelly. You hear about tons of celebrities, both in the so-called black community and the so-called white community. You hear they're caught up in some corruption stuff. Right? Then you're like, what? What happened? And they go to jail. They go to prison. So it's better that the scripture says it's better you had stay poor, brother. You had stay poor. Because now you rich, but guess what? You have no integrity. So honesty and integrity is way better than wealth. So if your daughter is looking for a man, I would really highly advise you not to look on the money, how much money that man have, but does he have any sense of integrity and honesty in himself? Because some people are wealthy. You don't. That's why we have in, I think, is it in Psalm 37 or 137 mentioned that do not fret thyself over the wicked, over what they have. Because a lot of time they have money, yeah, but how many people they're scamming? How many people they, do you know what they're doing in the dark? Get me the book of Proverbs 11 verse 4. And I'm going to show you why exactly it's better to have honesty and integrity than money. And that's way more valuable than any gold you can have. The book of Proverbs 11 verse 4. My brother, when you're ready.
Reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death.
Right, so riches do not profit in the day of wrath. I know P. Diddy have a lot of money. Was that able to protect him from going to jail? R. Kelly, all these guys. Many others. Not only black celebrities, but many others. Let me mention a couple of other white celebrities that go to jail, right, for corruptions. We have one called Jen Shah. Right, it was a reality TV personality that was sentenced in 2023 to 6.5 years in prison for running a nationwide telemarketing scam targeting elderly individuals. Sorry. So Jen Shah, he was a reality TV personality, but they found out he was scamming all people. We had Lori Loughlin was in mail fraud and honest service fraud, right? Felicity Huffman, conspiracy to commit mail fraud and honest service fraud. We had Elizabeth Holmes, wire fraud and conspiracy. We had another one, Tom Girardi, wire fraud. He was a disbarred attorney, right, a lawyer. He was convicted in 2024 for embezzling millions from clients, right? So all these people were celebrities, people that were wealthy, but guess what? They end up committing fraud. Now, was that money that they had was able to protect them in the day of wrath? No. See, this is why the Most High says better that you stay broke, but you're an honest person, but when you're rich, because when the time comes for them to put you behind bars, all that money cannot save you. That money cannot save you. When the time comes for them to get you, it's going to get you. If men don't get you when the Most High going to get you, nothing going to save you from the Most High either. So as being said, honesty and integrity is something that United States have forego for a long time. No one care about how they get their money, but as long as we get the bag. And this is why this place is littered with gangs and drugs and all kind of illicit transactions. Why? Because everybody trying to make the bag. Prostitutes, women selling their bodies left and right. Because women nowadays are not looking for a real high value man, which is talking about morality. Not those, they're looking for the worldly high value men. What the world tell them, those are high value. Back in those days, women didn't care about your money. They care about your family. What, are you of good stocks? Do you have integrity and honesty? Nowadays, nobody care about moral values no more. You see, when a country is morally bankrupt, it doesn't matter how much money you get. You'll always be unhappy. You see, right now, we have a lot of women making more money than men, but they're still unhappy. They're still asking, where's the good men? But every time a man walk in their lives, they destroy these men. They destroy these relationships. Because you have money, you thought, they make people think in these last days that money is everything. But you see, countries that are happy are not chasing money. They're chasing moral values. Okay? So if you want to be happy as a person, first chase moral values. You know? Money is just added and will make you the best version of yourself. The third thing that's priceless and is above money, wisdom. The book of Proverbs 3 verse 13 and 15, all the way to 15. When you're ready, brother, it's Proverbs 3 verse 13 all the way to 15.
Reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold.
Right.
She is more precious than rubies, and all the things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her.
Right. So wisdom is another thing that this place is devoid of. No wisdom in this place. Right? No understanding in this place. No one have wisdom. You hear about children trying to kill their mother for insurance. Husband or wives trying to set up their partner to get killed so they can get their insurance money. And then they catch them. You know. And then they go to jail. That's a lack of wisdom. You're just really trying to get rich so quick. You're willing to take somebody's life for insurance. You see? And you got in this place men like PDD that, I mean, if it's true what they're saying, that are using young artists in a wrong way just so he can keep them. Because a lot of you don't understand how the music business goes. A lot of these predators, what they do is that a lot of these young men, they have talent, they come to them, but they don't have money, but they have the money. So what they do, they help them, like, you know, they help those young artists become big. But, you know, the one thing with those managers, what they know is that the minute the artists become big, then they'll be able to renegotiate their contract. Because when you first come, you're not putting money in it. A lot of times these managers are getting a high cut in what the artist is making. Even if the artist make 30 million in one album, They probably give them, a 2-3 million, because at the end of the day, the manager have a big cut. But since then, the artists become big. They want to keep the artists to keep sucking them dry. So what they do, they sleep with them and blackmail them and tell them, hey, listen, when you become big, if you try to reject me, then guess what? I'm going to blackmail you with all the pictures, all the things that I took from you. In other words, they want, because let me tell you, if you want artists that is self-made, you can hire and fire a manager and make your own term. But when the manager actually made you, he'll never allow you to grow big and making so much money and he's not getting his cut. They feel like they're entitled to your life. And this is what's happening with a lot of these label companies. They take your artists, they sleep with them, do whatnot with them, and get videos and all type of things. Then if you talk, then guess what? We're going to blackmail you. You see, all that is happening through lack of wisdom. Why? Sorry about that. How is it wise for you to, how do you think this is going to work long term? Doesn't the Bible say there's nothing secret that won't come to light? Eventually people will know what you're doing. And your name will be a whole disgrace. You see, everything you do in life, you have to think about the end of the matter. What happens when they catch me? You see, but a lot of people do not have wisdom in this place. Although they have money, but they have no wisdom. They don't understand eventually everything that is buried will resurface. Everything that is hidden will be enlightened. You see? But us as men, we need to realize wisdom teaches us to always stay in the right. To always stay in righteousness. Don't think you wise, right? Just like earlier, I was watching a guy. He was playing with a gator. Playing with him, and the gator got his feet. That's not wisdom. You don't think he's going to bite you eventually? But this is the kind of thing we're talking about. And this place is void of any type of wisdom. In the way we choose, in the way we make money, there's no wisdom. And when you don't value wisdom in a society, when you fail, you'll never really be happy. Right? So, the next thing, the next thing that really make you a high value person is love. Get me the book of Proverbs 15 verse 17, my brother. The book of Proverbs 15 verse 17. When we say love, we're talking about true love. And we're going to show what it means, true love.
Reading from the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 17. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a stalled ox and hatred therewith.
Right. So better to eat dinner where there's only herbs than you be eating a big fat ox where hatred is. Love is something that also this society, nobody care about anybody. This place is depressing. Right? And you guys may not understand what I'm saying, but I come from Haiti. Although we broke, we poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Do you know Haitian could give you anything to go back to Haiti right now if it was just a little bit safe? We would give anything just to go over there. Why? Because we feel at home. We feel true love. Like, it's nothing probably some of our Judah brothers have experienced. When you are out of country, there's a feeling that you know people truly love you, bro. It's not in this, like, I can't explain it because for me to explain it, you'd have to experience it. When you go to places where people are not hypocrites, when you go to places where, if you cry at night, everybody gonna get up and come help you. Like in Haiti, if you cry at night, everybody gonna show up and help you. In the United States, you crying and nobody care about it. Call 911, brother. You fall on the ground, call 911. I ain't even stopping my car. You understand? And in fact, if I stop and help you, I may end up getting sued. So we have to also realize that, you know, in these countries, neighbors help each other, and you ain't suing nobody, because everybody's really doing their best to help you out. If you hungry, where I come from, neighbors would send food to neighbors, would share food. In my house, I would have like 4 different type of foods from 4 different neighbors, and we also send them food. That was the true love. But in this place, nobody's chasing love no more. And this is why we got so many road rages. This is why we got so many breakups. This is why, you know, everybody's about money. And the number one reason why people divorce, who can tell me? What is the number one reason why people divorce in the United States? Who knows? Anyone?
Money?
Correct.
For sure. That's money.
Correct. The number one reason people divorce in the United States is money. It's finance. And meanwhile, you'd go to Haiti, you would meet couples that are living one day at a time. Sometimes they don't eat and they're still happy laughing. And you're like, what? Why you're laughing? Because they have something you don't have. They have love. You see, when in other countries, money do not dictate love. People do not marry based on financial terms. People don't even know what is a prenup agreement is. But in the United States, you better get a prenup, because all marriage is about money. Most marriage is about money. People have forgotten that marriage was about love. The woman trying to get her money, the men trying to get her money, and there's no trust. In other countries, it's not about money. It's about love. And when these people marry, whether they have money or not, they're still smiling and laughing, and you don't understand why. Because you can't, because you're not raised in this type of environment. And what I'm telling you, brother, is powerful. Because you guys probably haven't lived it yet. But many people in these countries, they're poor and broke and they're in love. Like, why are you in love? An American, typical Westerner cannot understand this. How you don't have money and you smiling and laughing? How? Well, there's things that are greater. There's virtues that are greater than money in this life. And love is one of them. Now, get me the book of Romans, brother. The book of Romans 13, verse 10. Brother Shokwat, you on mute. Let me try to unmute yourself.
Okay. You said Romans 13, verse 5?
The book of Romans.
Hello?
The book of Romans 13, verse 10.
Okay. Reading from the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
You see that? This is what love is. Love work no ill toward his neighbor. When you love someone, you're not trying to do them wrong. That's just how love is. It is no more definition to it. If I love you, I don't do you no ill. Love your neighbor as yourself, meaning what you don't want to be done to you, don't do it to your neighbor. It's as simple as that. But in this place, get me Hosea 4:1. This is what's happening in this place. And before any king, and before the Israelite kingdom fell, that's what was going on. And before any other kingdom will fall, these will be the signs of the fall of that kingdom. The book of Hosea 4:1. When you're ready, brother, you can put yourself on unmute. Yeah.
Okay, come. Reading from the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Most High, ye children of Israel. For the Most High have controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land.
Keep reading.
Verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
Brother Shokwat, do you agree that's the same thing that's happening in America today?
Con, I agree.
Right? So it's lying, deceiving, killing, adultery, fornication. It's all kind of wickedness that's going on. So that it's a society devoid of love. Everybody trying to get everybody. Everybody trying to do something. It's eat or be eaten in this society. It's either you get me or I get you first. There's no true love in this society. Everybody's trying to do each other wrong. So that's a problem. If you say you love somebody, there's certain things you don't tell them. There's certain things you don't do to them. If you love them, you can't tell you love somebody because based on what you feel in your heart, but your mouth is not proving what's in your heart. Your hands are not proving what's in your heart. Talking about I love you with all my heart, but my hands don't really love you because I'm a sucker punch you. You know, I love you with all my heart, but my mouth won't respect you. That's not love. The Bible says love don't work no ill toward his neighbor. And this is one thing we do not cultivate in this society. And this is why marriages don't last. Relationships are broken. Houses are falling apart because nobody is actually having true love. Love is the intention of doing no ill to your neighbor. It's doing no wrong to your neighbor. It's as simple as that. I don't want, like my wife, I have my wife. I don't want to do no ill to her. I don't want to cheat her. I don't want to steal her money. I don't want to do anything, curse her, tell her something that I shouldn't say. That's the only thing you need to have a strong relationship. Don't do no ill to your neighbor. It's as simple. If you want any other advice, that's it. Right? And this is something that America do not cultivate. And it doesn't matter how much money you have a bag of money, but you have no love. You have nobody to sit on a table with to eat. And even the person you're eating with, as the Bible says, it's better to eat bitter herbs with somebody you love, like little herbs. You have nothing. I have a little potato. I'm going to eat it with you, but within love. That's what matters. But then I'm eating oxtail, fat ox, with a woman that I can't stand, with a man that I can't stand. This is what the Bible is talking about. You eating a big ox with a woman you can't stand or with a man you can't stand. Right? But I can be happier than you eating just a boiled potato with a wife that I love so much, and I'm going to share that little potato with her, and I'm going to be all satisfied because I have somebody I love beside me. This is something nothing wealth cannot buy. It really doesn't matter how much money you have. I can be homeless, and I'm happier than a rich man because I have somebody I love by my side. We have to understand those things. And this is what we need to cultivate. What you saying, son, Brother Surat?
I said, Khan.
All praises. Right? This is what we need to cultivate as men. Find true love. Love is the intention of not hurting somebody, not doing something wrong to them, not cursing them out, not to our actions got to prove that we truly love them. Right? So it's something that this society is void of, and this is why they're ranked 23rd in happiness. And the last thing we need is good health. Get me Ecclesiasticus 30 verse 15. Ecclesiasticus 30 verse 15. Those things, I call them the invaluables. And if you have them as a man, you have everything you need to go. Like you better than a rich man. Not saying you shouldn't get money, but I'm telling you those things are better than riches, as the Bible is saying. The book of Ecclesiasticus 30 verse 15. You can unmute yourself, my brother, when you're ready.
Okay. Read it from the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
Right. So a strong body health is good. Now, let me ask this question before I say anything, brothers. How many of you would rather get cancer? Someone gonna give you $2 billion and give you cancer. Who would trade their health for that 2 billion?
Not me. Not me either.
All right. So that, listen, they'll inject you with some cancer. They'll give you $2 billion. You might die. Right. So nobody would really do it. I know some people that are crazy would do it, and I know in America many people will do it. Many people would trade their mama for money in this place. And this is what the problem is with this society. And the Bible says good health is better than money. Right? Some people would put their life at risk, working night shifts, night and day, just to not even considering that thing gonna have an impact on their lives and on their on their mind. This is why in the United States, although the richest country in the world, you got so many jacked up people in their mind. This whole nation is jacked up in their mind with all kind of mental issues. So it's better that you are broke but you have peace of mind. I was in Haiti. I never seen so many crazy people than the United States. Like, I'm just walking by my block. I see so many crazy women naked, walking, talking to themselves. You know, talking and trying to... There's a guy I saw on Federal Highway. That guy was like cursing. He's cursing at the wind. He's doing karate and all kind of jacked up stuff. Young brother. I'm like, man, these people are jacked up. So you see a country full of money, but so many people is jacked up in their mind. So it really doesn't matter if you have money, but your mind is jacked up. Your body is jacked up. Look at this place too. They're chasing so much money, they don't even care about nobody's health. The kind of food they feed you and what they do to your food, to the veggies, to everything, to the meat, they don't care. So the thing is, when you lose the essence of what's most important in life, it won't matter how much money you have. On that, all praise to the Most High by Hashem Yahushai. Any questions, any message, any comments, it's welcome, brothers, to pass on along all these great messages to the next generation.
Oh, excuse me. Can you run back the scriptures that you said, please, Baba Prashad?
All the scriptures?
Khan.
All right, so tonight we had the book of Ecclesiastes 7:1. We have Proverbs 22:1. We had Genesis 24 verse 3 and 4. We had Tobit 5 verse 13. That's under a good name. The second one under honesty and integrity, we had Proverbs 26:8, Proverbs 11:4. Under wisdom, we had Proverbs 3 verse 13 and 15. Under love, we had Proverbs 15 verse 17, Romans 13 verse 10. And under good health, we had Ecclesiasticus 30 verse 15. So we hope you can also watch the video again, my brother. We had everything on there. So any comments, brother, on that great lesson we had? We hope you do, because we love the interaction. You know, it makes the program much more fun. We want to hear you. It's important.
That's a very good class.
Give us some detail. In what sense, brother? What did you like? What happened? What did you learn?
Some of the key things to a relationship, or some of the key things to, living by, is health. You can say integrity, love, not the love of money, but actually to have integrity to the third degree. You feel me? Like to have a person that you can trust and rely on, that actually loves you in general. So that's what I take from the class. All praises to the Most High.
That's right, Khan. Anyone else? Come on, brothers. We want to hear interactions. Let's keep it going. We don't want to have a boring class where, I just talk, you guys don't talk. So if you guys can put your input on it, your input can actually make it better. So what did you think of the class? What input can you add to it?
class was great. It was interesting to learn to know that, you know, as you love yourself, you love your wife and your family. Also to you know, this class makes you think. And you know, as an older man, you know, you would think that later on in life you would learn. You know, you learn every day, so it makes you think even harder as being a strong man.
All praises, come. Anyone else? We need more interaction. Brother Shokwat, what do you think? Go ahead.
It's a good class. I mean, you know, I love it. I like how you broke down the scriptures. Basically, like up under love, wisdom, true love, wisdom, and you know, I think it's a beautiful class.
Con. Brother Sirach, you are saying something.
That Proverbs 15 and 17, beautiful scripture. I just had to point that out. Beautiful scripture.
Con. All praise. What's beautiful about it? I don't like when you guys are so dry in your comments.
The details of that precept is beautiful. That you'd rather be a person that just eating some salad with someone you love than to eating a big dinner with someone that you can't stand. That just hatred is there. So that's a beautiful thing. I could definitely understand that. Hey, that's a beautiful scripture.
Con. All right, anyone else? Brother Nopash, Brother Abraham, Brother Asara, what do you guys think? Let's talk. Brother Mike, Elder Mika, you can talk.
Oh, I was going to say, one of the Edomites you forgot was a big known Ponzi scheme at Bernie Madoff.
Con.
Remember him? You ever heard about him?
I heard about him.
$40 billion over a 30-year period.
Dang.
So yeah, he was one of the ones that when he was calling out the Edomites who was scamming, he was one of the biggest ones. But he died in prison 2015 or 2017. You know, they take them Edomites and they put them in them little golf resort prison.
Yeah, but still in prison, man. And that's what scripture say, money is not gonna save you in the time of wrath. You know, when
he couldn't just say the feds took him down.
Right. So it really doesn't matter. Elder Abraham, you hear anything from you?
No, I came in on the tail end. I didn't get to just for the whole class. I haven't listened to it again.
Okay, Khan. Nopash, you here?
I'm here. About to fall asleep, but I'm here.
Any comments?
I think there are many things you said that's very important. But the key thing that I took note of is the fact that too often here in this society we see people are leaving just for the purpose of continuing their existence. Meaning people leave to pay bills and you got all kind of bills and you gotta pay monthly for everything. The phone, monthly payment. The house, monthly payment. The car, monthly payment. That means there is no end to it. As long as it exists, you have to make some kind of monthly payment. At the end of the day, you find out 15 years passed, 20 years has passed, your life was just a shadow. You never had a chance to really go out there and enjoy your life, but rather you were spending your entire life just working to continue your existence. So once we start looking at it that way, we realize life is more than continuing your existence, but it's actually to enjoy your existence by going out there and help people, by going out there and breathe fresh air, travel to other places, do charitable work, give. It's important to give. and also, live a full, happy life. Um, that includes, again, doing all the things that I have mentioned. And at the end, simple things like just speaking another language could be a good thing. Starting a new project, charity, all these things will help you live a much more fulfilling life than just living for the purpose of continuing your existence. And so instead of all of us just chasing wealth, we should really sit down and think of how can we earn, make money, but also be happy at the same time.
Khan, all praises. Brother Asara, you have anything before we close?
No.
Khan, all praises. All right, brothers. Brother Mika, you had something?
All right, one more thing, and I love to hear people when they say they paid off their car, they paid off their house, and then when I ask them, what about the taxes and the insurance on your car and the tag? And, it gives them something to think about now. It's like, was one of the Levite brothers on the job, he just paid his house off over here. And he said, yeah, I own the house now. I said, well, if you don't pay the taxes, what are they going to do? He said, take the house. I said, you pay taxes in Haiti? He said, no. He said, I have a lot of land in Haiti and 2 houses. And he said, yeah, you're right. I don't own nothing here. It was just funny because the class was about that also.
Khan, you see, that's the thing. And I do think that's why people are not happy here. They keep you in the rabbit loop where you keep going around and around chasing nothing. As Napash say, you're just chasing shadows. Because as I said, like in places like Haiti, you get your land, you have that forever. In places like Haiti, they don't want you to own anything. And the thing is, we keep running, trying to get money, and in the process, we forget that people is more important than money. We forget that, like the essence of life is people. In the minute we forget people is more important than money, and this is why you see everybody's crazy, road rage. Yesterday I was watching a guy. He could get out of his car. He beat a nurse to a pulp on the road because of a road rage. A male, he beat that lady to a pulp, and the man was white and the lady was black lady. Just because probably caught in front of him. And this is what's going on. People are not happy. You know why? Because they're chasing money. And the minute it's money you're chasing, you're not chasing love in what's in people, goodness that's in people. You'll never be happy. So I'm encouraging each one of you, brothers. And I challenge each one of you to remove the money mindset. Money is not the ultimate goal. Finding love, finding good health, finding peace, do everything with integrity that you're not going to get in trouble. Preserving your freedom. Preserving your name. That when people talk about your name, they're like, oh, that's this family, man. Yes, your family. Yeah, good brother, man. I'd really strongly recommend this brother into my family. And I'm going to give you one last example before I leave. When I was with my wife, first got with her, and her family inquire into my family, and everywhere they go, they tell them it's a good family. They're not rich though, but it's a good family. We never heard this family part of anything shameful. And my wife tell me like they talk really good about my family. So literally they inquire into my family. So keep a good name. Don't put a disgrace over your children that's coming. You understand? Live for peace, live for love, and live for good health. On that, all praises be to the Most High Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai. May the Most High bless us and bless Israel. May the Most High make us strong again. Shalom, everyone. May the Most High bless the night.
Word was sharp. Shalom. Sliding sleep.